everybody, and welcome to Blue Jays Today, where we always have something to say about the Toronto Blue Jays. And yes, this is the wine unwind, but there's no wine today. But if you're drinking, let us know what you're drinking, and comment your questions down below, because this is a Q&A. I am your host, Adam Peddle.
Yeah, and I'm your host, Nicholas Playlog. And today, guys, we're going to talk about a lot of stuff. We're going to talk about the Blue Jays and their run that they're on right now. We're going to touch on potentially the big extension that happened for a young player today. We're also going to look at some managerial firings. We're going to have a caller call in. We got so much stuff going on today, folks. And then we're also going live for the actual game later. I haven't even had dinner yet. Wow, this is going to be quite the evening.
You might need to order some during the stream.
Might need to. Might need some donos, potentially.
Might need some. You need to buy Nick some dinner, guys.
Yeah, for real. I'm a hungry boy. Okie dokie, bro. We got a caller. We got manager stuff. We got injuries. We got extensions. We got streaks. What do we want to start with first?
Well, let's start with the title of this video. This is the pregame show. Kikuchi for the 9th win. We're on an 8-game win streak right now. We got to see if the boys are going to pull one through today. And they got a nice lineup because they got the top of their lineup back, which is George Springer leading off. Was he dealing with something? He was doing some minor thing?
He had a cold.
Oh, he had a cold?
He had like a non-COVID illness, so that's why he was out of the lineup for a few days.
Okay, that's totally fine.
So hopefully he's healthy and feeling good now.
Love it. And going through the lineup, obviously, Bo Bichette. I was actually looking at the players today, too, and Bo Bichette, I believe his last 14 or 15 or 7 days, he has like a 900 OPS. It's something good.
I have noticed recently, and maybe it's just that one day that's kind of like steering me in this direction to believe this, but like the 3 walk day, I've been noticing that he's been walking a bit more, which is like good to see, because like that is going to help a lot, right? And then you're going to finally get those pitches to swing at, which will ultimately up your slugging. So it's like you're on base, you're slugging, everything's good. So yeah, Bo Bichette's looking really nice.
Looking real nice. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. in that 3-hole. He's been kind of cold. The power's there. Like the power's been there in the last few weeks, but the average has not been there so much.
No, I mean so far this season, he's been a 250 hitter, and I feel like his stats are pretty indicative with like what he's been doing on the field. Like I don't actually think that his at-bats are better than what his stats are right now. Yeah. Like, I remember when Kirk, for instance, was doing as bad as he was doing, we were both like, oh, well, it's going to happen.
Because just like,
the at-bats look so good. I think that right now Vlad is looking like what he is. I hope that it doesn't remain that way. Yeah. But he's been fine.
And I feel like his at-bats have gotten better recently, so we're going to the same thing. We're just going to wait for the other, other table to turn and see the better side of Vlad.
Yeah.
Then we've got Teoscar Hernandez, who's a new addition to our set. You'll see him over there. He's hot as hell. Hit 500 that last last series.
Yeah, he's doing really, really good. So hopefully he's back in form. He needs to be that solid 4 hitter. We need I want 3. I want 3 in a row Silver Sluggers.
Me too. Then you got Dirty Hands up in the 5-hole. I absolutely love it. Ramel Tapia, the lefty. That's why he's in the 6th spot. The Lord down there in the 7-hole. He's been actually doing well too in the last 2 weeks. So he was struggling, but now he's back, baby.
Excellent. Pray to him.
And then the other side of things, Espinal's kind of cooling off right now, so he's been moved back down. I
will say though, yesterday with a beautiful 3-hit game, very clutch.
Yeah.
He was awesome yesterday. So
he was very good. But interesting, playing third base. No Chapman today. I like it. I think Chapman's played every single day. I think this is his first day off.
Okay, I'm ready for it, dude. I mean, Espinal's solid, right? So let's toss him over there. He'll get it done.
I like it. Now that we have Kevin Biggio, who actually had a nice, decent, it was like a 1-run double, 2-run double. I forget what it was. It was yesterday. Yeah. And he's down there in the 9th spot with Yusei Kikuchi.
Very clutch. It was in the 8th inning. We needed it just to get a little bit more runs. So solid work from Kevin Biggio right there. The only thing I don't like about this lineup is the fact that we do not have Alejandro Kirk in it right now. That kind of sucks. I guess he's got a day off. Tio's doing his thing. So, all right. I mean, I didn't think we needed Tapia in there, but Tapia's also been pretty hot too. So it is what it is.
You could do this in the end of the game. I could see a situation where you pinch hit Kevin Biggio for Kirk, and then you sub in Chapman and then swap Espinal Chapman defensively.
If we need it, I could totally see that, dude. And then we also have Yusei Kikuchi on the mound. How's he been doing the last few?
Really good.
Really solid, right? Really solid, eh?
Let me take a look.
Yeah, we can pull it up. Pull up the stats right here. I mean, people are watching. watching, might as well. Because I know that they've been pretty solid. He's dropped that ERA now down to, like, what, 3.5 or something along those lines?
Yeah, it's been really good. And
it is really nice, you know? Because before, I'd be looking at this, and yeah, literally
4.8.
about 3.5 right there, guys. And when you look at these last few games, they've been pretty solid, I think.
Grab
So
a good one. He's had a few really good games. Actually, let's look at the month of May.
yeah, the month of May, that
with
is
a 236.
solid, dude.
Yeah.
That is really solid. He didn't have a single outing there, giving up more than 2, I think.
No.
Yeah.
Quality. All of them, other than this one, has all been quality outings.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's given us a chance to win those games. And those games, actually, sorry, just go back there. We won, lost, won, lost, won. Okay, so we went 3-2 with him on the mound. So, like, we do have a better chance than not to win this game, keep the streak alive, which is all we can really ask for.
I agree. And if we look over at Minnesota's side of things, they don't really have their averages and stuff here, but I know Buxton's cooled off a crap load. I don't really know what Polanco's doing. Garlic.
Wow, they got a bunch of names in here that I am not familiar with.
Okay, they got Sanchez, Gary Sanchez and Urshela, the Yankee boys. Miranda, who's Larnach?
Larnach?
Jeffers? Why is he being featured?
You?
And there's Palacios, but not the Palacios we're thinking of.
His cousin, though. Or his
think
brother
so.
or something like that. Family member.
And then I know Gonzalez isn't, like, doing exceptionally well. Let me pull up my phone and read it out to you guys. I got it right here.
Also, big shout outs to everybody in the chat right now. Ben Ferreira, Rasha, Zohab, Zuzana, Red Ball Insider, Alana, Ballcap Sports. Shout out to Jimmy. Go check him out. His channel's popping off right now. Ben Ferreira, Bryce Ferguson. Welcome in, everybody. You guys got any questions? Let us know.
So Gonzalez doesn't have an ERA. He has not pitched yet this season. Okay. Well, this is the time to attack him.
I like it.
Be aggressive on him. Don't let him get comfortable. All right, I like this, guys. I think this is a good recipe for a W. I feel like we are going to be the favorites today for this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's call our viewer right now, our Patreon member, and see what they have to say about it. Shout out to Joseph Doden. We're going to call him up right now, get his take on this whole win streak, get his take on some stuff that we're going to talk about later. Let's see what he's got to say. Also, if you guys want to become a Patreon member, $3 a month to do it, so hop on. You can call in just like Joe.
Colin.
Hello.
Joseph?
Hello, guys.
Hey, we're trying to say it again.
Adam, Nick.
Hey.
What's up, bro? What's up?
What's up?
Huh. Weird. Kind of hard to hear you right now, man. Are you like away from your microphone or something?
Wait, let me switch it up, okay?
Okay, I heard you there.
Yeah.
I got you on speaker.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you can hear me now, right?
Yeah.
That's a bit better. That's a bit better, dude.
Okay,
How are things going, Joseph? What's up, my guy?
Good. You know, just keeping up to living life.
Nice. Dude, so what do you think about this 8-game win streak the Jays are on? A lot more positive energy going on here on Blue Jays today and around baseball for the Blue Jays. What do you think about this 8-game win streak?
I agree, man. You know, every time I turn a game now, I'm like, okay, we have a chance to win, right? I mean, let's look at like 2 weeks ago, right? Before the Angels series, right? It was a little bit sketchy, right? With the Cardinals, with Cincinnati. Even though we won those games, we split this Cardinal game, but it was still a little bit like shaky in terms of offense, right?
I want to say it was a lot of sketchy there for a little while, man. Like, we were going through a full 3-week period. It was we were getting into some depression slumps there, man. Like, the live streams that me and Adam were doing, Joseph. I don't know if you tuned in at all, but there were a few live streams where we were just like, holy mother of fuck, can this game please end? Because I know that we're going to score a total of half a run today, which is just simply not good enough. And now, at least, we're getting up to the plate, and I'm thinking, holy crap, every inning we actually have a legitimate shot, which is a pretty damn good feeling to have right now.
I think we transferred our energy to Angels because they're doing pretty bad right now.
Yes, there was some voodoo magic going on there in L.A.
Bro,
some weird California stuff.
We fucking cursed them, man.
We cursed them. We handed it off to them.
We literally, and we waited till we were like, let's go to the team that is the furthest geographically away from us.
Yeah.
And that we're gonna
leave
pass
the curse
go
there.
away. You know, so it's off in LA.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's jokes, but yeah, I love it, man. What do you think about tonight? Kikuchi on the mound, right? We got Springer back. We have a guy on the Twins who has never pitched yet this season. What do you think? What do you think our chances are?
I was looking at the Twins lineup like always, right? I'm like, let's see our chances, right? And I'll tell you this: maybe like 3-4 people I know on there. The rest of the people not really that good, right?
Right.
And even Buxton, right? He's not doing that good right now. He's batting like 207, right?
Yeah.
You have Sanchez, but whatever, right?
Yeah.
It's not really something to be scared of, right? And you have like Chichin Gonzalez. He has like a 5 ERA, like a whatever high 5 ERA for his career too.
Yeah.
So it's really nothing to be scared of, right? But you know how baseball is, right? It's like the Pirates beat the Dodgers just like a couple of days ago, right?
Dude,
so,
that was insane. They got swept. That's insane to me. That's insane to me.
Yeah, baseball's funny like that. You know what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I think even last year too, we had a winning streak, right? But the Orioles kind of broke that at some point, I think, for us too.
Right.
So,
well, hey, how about if this pattern is going to continue, the Twins are a good team. I mean, I think they're 29-22 or 23.
Something along those lines.
Or 30 and 20. No, they're 30 and 23. I think it is.
Yeah,
and
I think right now though they are like a 3-game losing streak, and they're like 3 for 7 or something like that.
Yeah, there we go. This is a good time to pounce on them, but they're still a good team, and we shouldn't take them lightly, regardless of how they've been doing. They're a good team. The lineup looks bad. I don't know who Gonzalez is in terms of he's got a 5 ERA career, so I don't really care. And I think we should just be slapping them, but we got to take them as if they are a 30 and 23 team, and they're competitive.
Yeah. I mean, you know how it is. I think sometimes the Jays dominate good pitching, and then the bad guys, they just don't do that great against them, right? Like, you think of guys like Verlander, even like Giolito, all these guys, we did great against them.
Yeah.
But then these guys that no one knows, right? That's when we kind of struggle sometimes, right?
It's true.
You're not wrong, man. You're not wrong. Like, maybe it's just the fact that we are youthful. There is a youthful mentality on the squad and everything like that. But it seems that our guys like to rise to the occasion. And when they feel like there isn't an occasion to rise to, then we're sitting on our asses swinging at, Garbosian stuff.
Like he's easy. I don't have to be on my game.
Yeah.
There's not that that's not that layer of focus. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, look at it, too. I mean, when we had a negative run differential in the beginning of this season, and we were facing really competitive teams. We had the hardest schedule in baseball. Someone counted up, I don't know if you saw on our Twitter. Hardest schedule in baseball. Yet we still had a positive record over 500. We rose to the occasion. We were sucking, but we somehow were able to scrape through some wins. But now that we're hot and it's clicking, we got to keep that mentality we had. We can't let up on the gas pedal. We got to catch up to the Yankees, man. I want to be first in this division.
Every time we win a game, I swear the Yankees always win a game. So it's like it's gonna be tough. It's only 5 games behind. You know how baseball works, right?
Yeah.
They're doing good right now, but anytime the tables could turn, right? So I think for now we just have to keep up the same momentum. Even though the winning streak breaks today, it doesn't matter. We still gotta play good baseball from now on, right?
Exactly.
Yo, Joseph, I feel like I want this winning streak to continue, and I feel like the only way right now that we are going to catch the Yankees is if we have. Because right now they have their entire starting rotation is kind of just like popping off on all cylinders. Like I think it was Tyone that pitched for almost a perfect game yesterday.
Oh my God, yeah.
And Nestor Cortez has been crazy, and Garrett Cole's been nuts, and everybody's doing this. I feel like the way that we have to do this, we gotta get all 5 guys in our rotation popping off, and the biggest dude of contention right now, and there is a lot of conversation going around about this guy, is Jose Barrios, and it feels like every single person in the Blue Jays community right now has a different opinion about what is going wrong with him, what to do about that situation. What are your thoughts on Jose Barrios right now? Are you concerned? Like, what is going on with him, man?
It sucks because he's my favorite pitcher on the Blue Jays, right? But it's like, okay, let's think of it like this, right? Everyone's gonna have down years, right? It might not be a down year for him, it might just be a tough stretch. But let's look at Vlad, for example. Vlad's not doing so great right now, right?
Yeah, 100%.
He's an MVP player, right?
Yeah.
So let's look at Barrios right now, too, right? He has good starts, bad starts, good starts, bad starts. So, like, am I concerned? Yeah, of course. Everyone's going to be concerned, like, right now. But in the long term, not really, right? Because at the end of the day, are you telling me that if Vlad does bad this year, he's going to do bad next year, too? Probably not, right?
Yeah.
So you gotta look at it from like a different angle, right? Like Barrios, he's been solid throughout his career, right? We saw him last season, really good pitcher for us, right? Was like 7th in like Cy Young vote and whatever, right?
Yeah.
So I think at the end of the day, he's getting unlucky, right? Because even in between those like bad starts, he's been having good starts, right?
Yeah. No, he's kind of like flip-flopping back and forth, and it is. I do feel like right now the conversation about him, it's like a very short-sighted mentality. I go back 3 weeks, and on this channel and everybody in the chat and everything, we were getting on Bo Bichette. It was Bo Bichette, Bo Bichette. It's like, God, I was like, thank God we didn't offer Bo Bichette an extension this offseason. Like, what's going on with Bo Bichette? And there were people were like commenting on our videos like, we got to trade Bo Bichette. And now 3 weeks later, he's been good for 3 weeks. His stats still aren't where they should be, but he's been a lot better. And now it's like we're totally off him. Everything is fine. So I feel like Barrios needs a solid, like, if he can just be good for June. Like, if he's like solid for June, this entire conversation's completely forgotten about.
Yeah, I agree.
I'll say this, right? Obviously, we're all joking about, like, sending him down to the minor league, figure stuff out, Bo Bichette, right? And now he has, like, a 288 average in month of May, 800 OPS, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So that's the thing, right? You never know. That's baseball for you, right?
That's
so
baseball.
I think, it's a new month. Let's give him a fresh new start this month, right?
Exactly.
Because let's look at Kikuchi, right? Terrible first half, like, of the month, right? Like, May, terrible, right? But then come June, 2.6 ERA, right?
Something like that.
So,
very solid.
Yeah. So I'm just seeing like 4 or 5 starts from Kikuchi now that was very, very solid. So I think we have to see the same from now Barrios, right? We don't want like the flip-flop starts, good and bad. We want like 4 or 5 starts like Manoah, right, or Gosman that are just solid, right?
Yeah.
And then we can start to like trust you again, right?
Yeah.
But like if we go later down to like August and September and Barrios is still doing pretty bad, then come postseason time, you kind of have to start wondering, like, where do you even put him, right?
Yeah, like, if it's postseason and, Kikuchi, this is not going to happen. Things are going to definitely change. But, like, Kikuchi's doing way better than Barrios come into postseason. Kikuchi's got a low 3. Barrios got a high 4. Well, I'm sorry, Barrios, but I'm going to pitch Kikuchi, Manoah, Gosman in my 1-2-3 games. In my 4th, like, I guess you got to throw in Barrios because the other question mark is Ryu. Like, he keeps getting hurt. He's been okay. He's been actually pretty decent since coming back. But that's another question mark. So I guess, but he wouldn't be my high leverage guy, especially with the new playoffs format where it's a 3-game series. I'm not going to be pitching him in that situation.
Agreed.
All right.
Yeah.
Also, Joseph, any last words? We're having a short stream today, so I'm sorry we can't keep you on any longer, but we have a couple more things we got to get to. But is there anything else you want to say? Anything you want to say to the audience while we got you here?
No, man, let's win today. That's all I have to say.
There we go.
All right,
I like it.
Hear it, man.
I
Joseph,
like it.
Thanks so much for calling in, dude. Hopefully we can. Are you coming to Blue Jays today night?
Sorry?
Are you June 17th, bro? Are you coming to the game?
Yeah, of course.
Let's go. Let's go.
Good shit,
I
dude.
work there, so I'm basically there every time.
All right.
Oh,
buddy.
okay.
Well, we will see you then, man. All right. Take care, Joseph. Thank you so much for calling in, dude. And go, Jays, go. Fuck yeah.
All right. Guys, that was Joseph Donen. He's the second time coming on the show. We love talking to Joseph. He knows his stuff. And you know what? He kind of grounded me a little bit there. I'm like, yeah, you're right. It's all good. Because, sometimes when we do this show, I get in my head and I'm like, oh, no. Like, Barrios sucks. Bichette sucks. Vine sucks. But no. He reassured me. Reassured both of us. It's a long season, folks.
It's a long season. Obviously, I wish he was doing better so we can collect those W's. But, I mean, at the end of the day, like, he's going to figure it out.
Everyone will have their turn. Manoah might even have his turn at one point. Manoah might. I'm not gonna say what, but I don't want to throw it out in the universe. But there could be a time like that. Everyone does it.
Well, I guarantee that there will be, actually. Like, he's a human being.
He's a human being.
Unless he's the best
he's a god. He's young king.
He is actually kind of a god. So,
he is.
He's ridiculous. You're not that far off there, guys. Hit us with your questions in the chat. I see a great one coming in here from Alana. We can touch on this very quickly. Do the Jays have an advantage with players not allowed to come to Toronto due to no vaccine?
That's an easy one. Yes, of course. It's like saying like Kevin Durant, the whole Kevin Durant situation in basketball. It's like
Kyrie Irving. Was it Kyrie Irving?
Kyrie Irving. You're right. It was Kyrie Irving. Irving just could not play in his own stadium. Like, you know what I mean? But it's reversed. Now it's away people coming in. If there's an elite on another team that's not vaccinated, sweet. Like, we don't have to play him.
It is, yeah, absolutely. You know, like, that is just the way, but, like, there's nothing to do about it. Like, all of our guys had to get vaccinated because of that. That's a big reason why Robbie Ray, for instance, never got on our team because he is not vaccinated to our knowledge. Now, that's all speculation. We don't actually know for sure, but, like, I mean, don't think he's vaccinated.
You'd think that you win a Cy Young in Toronto and then your first game or your first time returning, you'd want to come back, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you?
I mean, you think that, man. You would think that, absolutely, but
yeah.
I don't know, all speculation. But yeah, there is definitely an advantage there. Okay, some stuff happened today around baseball, a few different things. First thing that we got to talk about, Blue Jays centered, Blue Jays centric, is the fact that one of our pitchers has once again moved over to the IL. That is Hyun-Jin Ryu, which is too bad because in the last few starts he was actually kicking ass. Now the last one that he did, not so good. I think that the injury kind of had impact on what the game was there. It's a forearm injury, if I am correct about that. Ryu moved to the IL. However, maybe a light at the end of the tunnel here because it said that Nate Pearson is starting to ramp up a little bit more right now. He's been in the freaking minors right now, rehab, trying to get back from mono. It's been taking him 1,000 different years. Is Ryu going to the IL the opportunity, the chance of Nate Pearson to potentially move into the starting role of a Toronto Blue Jays pitcher?
I think this is the chance for him to crack the roster for sure. I think it's going to crack the roster regardless of a Ryu injury, but the starting role is interesting. I think they're going to give it to Stripling. There's no way they're going to be like, oh, now here's Nate Pearson starting. I think they're going to give it to Stripling because Stripling's done it. Stripling has proven he can be good. I don't know if it's quite ready for Nate Pearson starting to a starting role. I think he'll take over Stripling's role while Ryu's injured. No problem about that. That's what they want him to become. That Stripling equivalent where, like, okay, I could be a long guy in the bullpen, and then if another injury happens, then I can step into it. But I think on the totem pole of those long reliever roles, it's Stripling, then it's Pearson.
Okay, I see that. I think it, I do agree with you. Because it feels like a bit of a jump to go from, okay, you've had mono for 2 months and you've been you're like on the back burner trying to get yourself ready, and now you're going to start a game against the Yankees, whoever it is that we're playing.
Over this guy who's been healthy, doing it, and has started games already for us and done well.
I do agree with that sentiment. I think that Nate Pearson is going to get his shot in terms of that Stripling role. I do think also that if Ryu's injury is lingering, for instance, or it's off and on, and Nate Pearson's doing pretty well, I could see an opportunity where he comes in and starts a game. I could
a spot start. There could be, maybe if there's a stretch of, like, let's say, I don't think we have one of these. I think I heard this on a broadcast, but like a stretch of like 20 games or even 14 games in a row. Maybe some pitchers are starting to get tired. Maybe we got blown up a couple games and we have to use the bullpen. So now maybe in one start where Stripling's going, you piggyback Nate Pearson and Stripling together. Like maybe Nate Pearson starts, or maybe Nate Pearson probably comes in after Stripling because you don't want to put him in a situation where he's starting the game and then he's getting, we've seen Nate Pearson starting games, getting his head.
I get that.
For a little while. Get him where he's comfortable coming out of the bullpen, which he seemed to be comfortable at the end of last year. So that's what I could see happening.
In your mentality, then, do you think that the starting job for Nate Pearson, like, do you ever see that being a reality for him?
Oh, yeah. I think if someone gets hurt, like if God forbid, like one of our guys get hurt, like Kikuchi, Manoa, Gosman, any one of those guys, Barrios gets hurt, I think that he's the next one.
So, like, 2 injuries then. We'd need Ryu and somebody else. You're saying he's, like, third on the, I guess, second on the totem pole then.
Because then, because think of this situation. Like, right now, while Ryu's gone, Stripling starts in that 5th spot. Nate Pearson comes up. He's in the bullpen now. He's taking over Stripling's part. If he's doing well, it's like, okay, well, we don't, like, he's doing well. Like, let's not move him. Like, he's doing really well in the spot. Getting outs, getting critical outs. If he's doing bad, well, I don't want to put him in a starting spot because then he's doing bad. So
okay,
it's, you know what I mean?
What if he's doing well and Stripling's doing bad?
If Stripling's doing bad, let's say he's blown like 2-3 games in a row and he's doing well, then I could see an opportunity maybe for a flip-flop. I could see that.
Yeah, because I think I've always had it in my brain, and obviously this is like way in the future, but I've kind of been hoping that Nate Pearson, and long time still, but it's like when it's time for Ryu to go bye-bye, whenever that is, it's like Nate Pearson's the next man up. And now I know that we have Ryu on contract for 2 more years, but let's just say that Ryu's like really bad at baseball or something like that. He comes back from this injury, he's really bad again. That's 2 seasons in a row that he's been bad. Then he starts out next year, he's bad. I think that there's actual potential that Ryu could potentially get cut if he is that bad at baseball, and he's been pretty good the last few starts. But if he does, if all of those things happen, then I'd want Nate Pearson to be ready and confident with that starting job, which I think right now we're both agreeing that he is not.
Yeah, right, because we haven't even seen it yet. We have not seen this guy start a game since last year, May, where he got blown up and then got injured.
He had a few of them. It was like 3 or 4 starts, and they were all bad.
Yeah. Well, I can see it happening in not this year. He's not going to get cut this year for sure.
No,
but next year, if it's like mid-season and he's just awful.
And it's just like Ryu is like, oh, okay,
it's
like there's no whatever.
Exactly. And I think this is our last year with Ross Stripling, so I think we could probably take this year to prep Nate Pearson to take over Stripling's
role
next year, and then be like, okay, well, if someone gets hurt or someone gets bad,
like
you can step in.
Next man,
you can step in.
Get ready to do it.
So realistically, unless a bunch of injuries happen or like that scenario where Stripling's bad and Nate's good, probably next year will be the year for him to really get that opportunity.
Yeah, could be true. So we'll see what goes on there, guys. Hopefully Ryu bounces back from his injury soon, and hopefully Nate Pearson can come up and be good at baseball. Okie doke. Some other stuff on the roster going on right now across baseball. We got today our first big firing.
Oh, yeah.
The first one of the season. We were making some videos few weeks ago. They were talking about the Toronto Blue Jays firing some hitting coaches. Well, they didn't even start at the hitting coach. They went to the big boy. They got Joe Girardi on the Phillies. He is gone now.
That's huge. Joe Girardi is like an amazing manager. Used to coach for the Yankees. Did pretty well there. And now at the Phillies, I mean, he's just had no luck with the Phillies.
Well,
they have not been a good baseball team while he's managing them.
It really hasn't. And can we actually? Do you mind if we just pull up their standings right now and just see where they are there? Because the Philadelphia Phillies are just simply not doing what they should be doing. And yeah, we're pulling it up right here for you folks. Guys. So they are currently. Where the hell are they? Oh, wow. 22 and 29. I had to look down. So I was like, wow, okay, they're not first, they're not second. They're third at 22 and 29.
That's bad.
Is this the right time for them to get rid of their 100%. Manager?
Okay, like, you think of their whole story. Because this is the thing. Some teams are just bad. You're supposed to be bad.
Yeah.
Phillies ever since they signed Bryce Harper, they're supposed to be elite.
Yeah,
they're supposed to be winning the division. They're supposed to be getting into wild card spots. They have not done that. For years. They should have fired him last offseason. They should have like it's time to fire him.
And think about and also too think about the conversations that went on between Joe and between that management. You know, you had like 2 seasons ago Joe saying, "Hey, we need more starting pitching." What do? They go out, they get Zach Wheeler, who's a Cy Young candidate. He says, "Hey, you know, we need more freaking outfielders."
They go get
what do? They get 2 of them.
Yeah.
They get 2 elite ones right there, right? They get Bryce Harper as well. This all happened in the last few seasons.
They even got bullpen. The bullpen was the big one.
They even got bullpen too. So Joe's telling them, it's like, hey, we need all these guys. You get me all these things. You shell out all of this money. We are going to be elite. And then he comes out and he puts up 22 and 29. Their roster is not a 22 and 29 team, in my opinion.
No.
It is way, 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 way better than that. So honestly, it's honestly overdue.
Yeah.
Pulling up the team stats right
I'm
now.
pulling up the team stats to see how they have been doing. And
where are they?
Where are they? Oh, they're
13th.
Hey, they're
offense, not bad.
They're around us. So
where's the pitching? It's got to be the pitching, right?
the pitching.
Got to be the pitching is super awful and stuff.
20.
20. Okay.
So they're just kind of below average.
They're below average.
Right?
They're below average, and honestly, the record should be probably a bit closer to 500, but like still very, very bad. And frankly, like they shouldn't be 13th and 20th in where they are with the people that they have on their team.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was time for Joe to go.
Yeah.
With that being said, this has obviously opened up the window for potentially other guys to get fired, to get cut. We were debating Toronto Blue Jays hitting coach.
Right.
Is that something that's still going to happen?
No, not anymore.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if you guys didn't see there in the last 7 days, we've been like the best team in baseball.
Yeah.
Like
as far as offense goes.
As far as offense, we have been
kicking ass.
The best. Oh, this is just players. Whoops, wrong one. But yeah, we have been number 1 in baseball. We're back, right? Like we needed to, we were getting so close. If it was another month, gone. But yeah, like you were saying, start like managers.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, Reds. are supposed to be bad.
They are.
So you can't really fire them. Cubs
Yeah.
supposed to be bad. Pirates supposed to be bad. What are teams that are supposed to be good that are bad?
Yeah, I think, honestly, where are the Mariners right now?
They're right here. 22 and 29.
22 and 29. I don't know if it's going to happen yet.
See, I don't even know who their manager is. That's the problem, right?
I know it's not Derek Jeter.
Yes.
You got rid of him.
Yeah. Well, no.
He was on the fucking Marlins.
That was Miami.
Goddamn, you messed them up there.
But the Mariners, I don't know who the manager is. Let's think. If they brought in a manager recently and they're like, you're going to win, firing him after one season's kind of not appropriate. But if they've had this guy for a while and they're like, all right, now he's like the Charlie Montoyo. It's like, this is kind of a bad start. Whereas the Phillies, it was like, it's long overdue. It's time to go. So I don't really know their situation.
What's the record for the Chicago White Sox before they consider it? Before they get rid of
Tony La Russa? Now, we do know Tony La Russa.
He's been there for 1,000 years. He's been very successful.
Like 3 years.
Okay, well, he's been there for a while. And he's been in baseball for 1,000 years.
He's been in baseball for 1,000 years.
He's been very, very successful. In his tenure there.
Yeah.
At what record do they need to go? Okay, you know what, dude? This is a horrible year right now. We're supposed to be winning. Or does he have the entire season?
Probably the entire season. Probably next season too, because I think he's still a very early contract. I think it might be in 2021 he was signed, so it's still very early for him. They were a good team last year, so so it's like this year. It's like, okay, you probably get the whole season, and then it would be like next season. And probably, you know what I see happening? Tony La Russa is gonna leave before they fire him. I can just see him just like, you know what? I'm done. I'm gone. Bye, and get out of there. So
yeah, it could happen, dude. And what about the Red Sox? Because they're obviously in a position where they need to win right now as well. They're starting to heat it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But they're another team where it's like if they get bad enough, I could see, him going.
Maybe the same situation next year because they were so good last year. So probably be next year before. But you got to be the only team in this entire league that has had higher expectations for so long and has been so bad for so many years. Right. Not so bad, 500 team is the Phillies, and this was just the nail in the coffin.
It was completely overdue. It had to happen, and Joe Girardi had to go. But now the door is open, so don't be surprised if you see some other coaches getting fired, people getting moved around. If some good teams start being like some bad teams.
All right, guys. So let's answer some questions in the chat.
Does anybody know what the lineup is for tonight, Jordan? And we did go over that lineup, but if I can remember it off the top of my head, we got Springer, we got Bo, we got Vlad, we got Tio. I think we got Tapia, Danny. Then we got Tapia. Then we got Espinal. Then we got Biggio.
I think that's right.
That is
I got it right
That
here.
is right.
Gurriel in between Tapia and Espinal.
Gurriel in between. There you go.
There we go.
All right, but yeah, that's the lineup right there, folks. Any more questions? Hit us with them in the chat.
Yeah, we've got about 7 minutes, guys, and then we're gonna hop off because we obviously are gonna be going live for the game. There's 63 of you in here. Please drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already.
What were your thoughts on that big, massive extension that got offered today? We don't usually talk too much about extensions because usually they're happening in the offseason. You don't see them too much during the season.
Yeah.
But Yordan Alvarez getting, a significant bag of $115 million, kind of setting a little bit of a precedent for DHs because he does not do anything outfield, doesn't do anything like that. He's just strictly a DH, that's kind of neat.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. It's a great deal. I mean, the Astros are just an amazing baseball team where they continue to sign and develop great, exceptional players like Yordan Alvarez. And yeah, he had 3 years left in his arbitration, so they said, screw all this arbitration crap. And I think I like it. It saves the front office a lot of hassle from going through all this crap. Just give him a deal, and then you don't have to go through it anymore. Gave him his money for his arbitration years, and then I believe it was like $25-26 million for his free agent, for his 3 free agent years.
Well, I think it makes a lot of sense for Yordan as well, because he gets his money for arbitration. He knows what it's going to be. It's better than probably he would have got because they're not as nice, even though his stats been incredible. They're the people who do ARB, they're not as nice to people who are just DHs. That will factor into it. So he might have been on a lower ARB number than he would have liked. So
yeah,
now he's locked in on that, and then he's also going to get paid again when he turns 31, and it's time to go out there, and he'll hopefully by that point he's got 6 years of resume being hey guys, I'm a 900 OPS guy, I'm in the All-Star game 4 times that time, give me another $150 million, and some team's gonna do that. So 100%. For a dude who's just carving out the role as a DH, I think it's he's done himself very nicely.
I think so too. I love Yordan. He's a big guy. We saw him in person, so yeah, that was he was a pretty scary human, pretty scary, sizable human. Jordan is saying Danny Jansen hitting 5th? Question mark, exclamation point, question mark, exclamation point.
I mean, he's been going after it, dude, and like our catchers have been in that 5th spot for a while, and like it hasn't been bad. Like, you know, you tell me that lineup at the beginning of the year, I go, are you kidding me? Tell me that lineup now, I'm like, yeah, I mean that's about right. You know, like he's been too good, and it's been such a shortened sample size. So like I'm not gonna say, oh my God, Danny Jansen's the best player in baseball or anything like that. But it's been such a shortened sample size that like we have to keep him there until he proves us otherwise.
Yeah, literally. I mean, I'm trying to find it right here.
Your stats.
There we go. But he's had like a 1.2 OPS since this entire season. It's not gonna be up here because he's got no ABs.
Yeah, it's a problem. Yeah, you literally gotta sort them by ABs.
Oh, what the fuck? Whatever. I can't find it, but yeah, dude, like I think it's a great opportunity. I wanted him to move up in the lineup, anyways. You know, this is the time to do it. Do it. I know, like, look, if we look at the lineup today, folks, Springer, Bichette, Guerrero, Hernandez, Jansen. Who's hitting better than Danny Jansen right now? Below him, nobody.
Well, nobody's hitting better above him either.
No, he's hitting the best. So, but you obviously can't like put him in the mix of those 4, like the core 4, right? So you got to put him 5th. That's the spot to put him. I like it. Yeah, I like it.
I do like it. We are currently 4 minutes away from hopping off here, setting up for our live that we're going to do, guys. We're going live for the baseball game. What are the score predictions for tonight? Let's get them in the chat.
Yeah.
Let's get some serious like scoring plays too. What do you think? What do you think the game plan is tonight? Let me pull up the odds as well so you get a sense as to like what the betting odds are saying, what Vegas is thinking is going to happen this evening. They have us currently at -230. They have the over-under on runs at 9.5, so they think it's going to be a bit of a high-scoring affair there.
That makes sense.
You know, the spread.
I think so.
Spread is -1.5 for us. What is what's going to happen here?
Let's see. Kikuchi's going to have a great game. Because Twins offense, they've been good, but this lineup looks garbo for the Twins.
So he's going to dominate.
Yeah, I think he's going to have another great outing. I think he's going to go 6 innings, 2 earned runs. Our side of things, for the offense, I think they're going to be hot still. I think they're going to put up 4 or 5. I'm going to say we win 7-3. That's what I'm saying.
7-3. 7-3.
Yeah.
That would cover the spread. That would do all of it. That would even, you're also smashing the over as well on the over-under on runs. So it's pretty good.
Honestly, I kind of want to do it regardless because I think they could score more than 3 runs against us, but, you know, I'm saying we're going to dominate. Yeah. Also, quick little thing here, Jordan's saying, is Chapman hurt? No, he's getting a day off today. His first day off since the start of the season, so no.
What bets do you guys have now? I actually haven't made my Monday Night Fight bet, so I have to do that.
Well, we don't necessarily have to because we're going to have a new sponsor. We're going to have a new sponsor for our stream, folks. So come on and check it out. Everybody's coming in here and
saying Jay season 7-6, Jay 6-4, Jay's is Mark Jones, 5-4, Teal walk off. 7-4 says Jordan N. 6-4 Marco Novo. Yeah, everybody's putting up the big numbers today. What do I think is gonna happen?
Yeah, what do you think is gonna happen?
I think that it's going to be maybe not as much as that. Maybe like 4-3 Blue Jays. 4-3 Blue Jays. Conservative. Yeah, it seems like everybody's hitting the over today. I'm gonna be a weird one and take the under, and I think maybe it happens.
This will be the down game. So here a little question from Neil S. Just joining the chat. My question is, what do we do, if anything, about Rio? We talked a little bit about that earlier, about potentially, obviously, Ross Stripling's going to come in. If Rio's going to keep being hurt, then it's Ross Stripling. Nate Pearson's going to come up at one point and take over that Ross Stripling role and like kind of be like our almost third string starter out of the bullpen. So or second string starter. He would be first string Ross Stripling. So I don't know. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's kind of what we have to do. We're gonna use those guys.
We're gonna weather the storm and hope he comes back. And then once he comes back, hope he's good. And if he's bad, then we're gonna have to open up this conversation again.
Ooh.
Guys, what?
Hansen just says 5-2 Jays. Gavin hits his first jack of the year.
Wow. Ooh. I mean, if you bet on that, you'd be making a lot of money. I don't think the odds are very good for Gavin Bishio.
So. I don't even know if they have him on there because they're like, yes, we can't predict this.
Well, yeah, it might be too rough. Folks, hit us with the like and the subscribe, and come check us out in literally like 20-25 minutes. We're going to be going live for the game tonight, watching it along with y'all. If you need somebody to watch it along with, then we are the dudes. Stop in. You know how it is. It's a chill Friday evening. You'll be watching us kick some ass, keep the streak alive.
Let's go. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you in 20 minutes. And
Go Jays, go!